All right, welcome back to the Back and Body Rave podcast, where we talk about all things EDM related. I'm joined here with Sonny.
Hey, Ron.
And Yikaran.
Hey.
So unfortunately, Christine is not able to make it with us today. She'll be back next week, but Sonny will be gone.
Yeah, we're taking turns.
Yeah.
Who's next after that?
Yeah. No. So for today's agenda, we're gonna talk about beginner-friendly, how to introduce your friends to EDM.
It's Halloween weekend.
Yeah,
It's a good time.
It is a Halloween weekend, yeah.
Good weekend.
That's what just passed. So.
Yeah. So first, we'll talk about what we did on the weekend.
Yeah.
What everyone do.
Yeah, that's what we just said. Like, this is considered when Halloween's tomorrow, like the 31st.
On a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
or
usually
Monday,
the weekend
Tuesday.
before is usually the Halloween weekend, which is what we just did. So.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Many raves do the Halloween theme type of raves, but I think we went to Gioli and Asia. They didn't really have a Halloween theme. It was at Saluna. What are your thoughts on Saluna, actually?
I actually liked the music with the mood of the venue, because it was really melodic and like kind of a lot of instruments, so it was like kind of like chill and like not too serious. Like if hard techno was there, it would not be it.
It doesn't fit the vibe, right?
No, it doesn't fit the vibe. It was.
I haven't been there yet.
Yeah,
but I've heard there's a dress code, right?
there's a dress code.
Yeah.
It was all formal.
Business casual, actually.
Yeah, formal, semi-formal. It's kind of weird, I think.
Yeah, it was weird to rave with a blazer on. That was my take, though, because like when you every time when you want to rave, you always want to wear comfortable shoes. So when you start bringing out the boots and like a more formal shoe, you don't really have much grip on the ground. So it felt kind of weird because I was slipping most of the time.
It's true, but you know what that reminds me of? Rave weddings. You guys been to rave weddings?
Yeah, I think we
to.
talked about this a couple weeks back. I went to one.
Yeah,
Or
your family one.
My
you
family
got
one?
your family introduced to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, rave weddings are always sick. Like,
Yeah.
I know.
I've never done it. So,
Oh,
but now I'm making friends in the rave community, so I'm expecting some RSVPs.
Yeah, so you just know it's gonna turn into a rave wedding.
Do you guys have a ideal, like, have you thought about your wedding and like what kind of theme you want it? For me, it'd be.
Yeah.
I
know you would destroy everyone's
warehouse.
brain,
It
yeah.
might be warehouse themed.
I don't think I'll go that far, because in the end, like me personally, it'd be whatever my wife wants to do. Like it's her day and I'm just there. And that's the way I look at it. Like, I'll just do everything I need to do. Yeah. But realistically, like with the way lifestyle we are, it's probably gonna be a rave wedding, where in the end, where you're gonna do all the stuff for the family beforehand, and then at the end, everyone's just gonna go
Bananas,
DJ,
yeah.
and you're gonna have EDM playing or something.
Yeah.
It brings up another question. First song. Dance. What's your entrance song? What's that? I think we have to think about that. I think putting us on the spot, we have to think about it. But there's some good contenders out there, depending on what you listen to.
I don't know. I would have to think about that one. Yeah.
We'll bring that up.
We'll let the
date.
DJ decide.
Yeah. Well, no.
Maybe I'll hire Gioli and Asia to come. You know?
Yeah.
That's if I'm rich enough.
So yeah, we tried to make this a team outing.
We tried.
We tried, but
really desperately.
Something ended up happening, which we touched upon
last week. Yeah, I got scammed. But it was only like a small price amount to pay. Eventually, when you start buying tickets, you will encounter this problem. You will drop your guard, and that's when they get you. I got so excited when Sonny said he wanted to come, so I was just like kind of had the desperate mood on.
We really, although it was a bad idea on my end to try to come out, because I had to work the next day. In the end, it was probably good I didn't go out, or else I would have been a zombie for the entire weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we tried to make it a team outing, because like we've been doing this podcast together, the four of us, and but we haven't actually gone to an event all four of us together.
Yep.
So that would have been. We're hoping soon. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks we make one happen.
Yep.
But we tried to make Giolina sell that. I was photoshopped in a picture though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
We'll post it on socials. How that looked.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, how was the set?
Set was actually really good.
Was it
I
good?
enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed
How long
it
did she
too.
play on Thursday?
I think it was 2 hours.
Was it late?
It started off at 12:30, I presume. I think so. Was it?
I would have been a zombie.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
But I think it was a 2-hour set.
You sure? I feel like it was like an hour and a half.
I have to go.
An hour and a half to 2 hours for sure.
Yeah.
It was a good set. They actually brought the handpan this time.
Oh really?
Yeah,
They brought the drums. Yeah, they brought the drums, and they had a
always-
lot of vocal.
They always have a good vibe. They're a unique vibe.
Yeah. Because last time I saw them at Coda, they didn't bring the handpan. They brought everything else but the handpan, and that was one thing I was excited to see.
Did you hear all the songs that they're?
Yeah, it was similar to the circle set. I feel.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
not
like
the circle set. It's like they did a set in this field, and like there's like maybe it's in Rome. There's like a bunch of pillars around, and there's like lights all over the place. I don't know if you've seen the set, but it's a really good set. I like it. I like the singing too. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
So Halloween weekend started on a Thursday.
Yeah, it was a long weekend.
Thursday events.
Thursday events are.
And then Friday did you guys go out Friday?
We went out, but we didn't go to a rave.
Yeah.
Was there EDM at least playing?
No.
No.
It was very less about the music. It was not about the music.
Yeah, it's more about the celebration of Halloween.
Well, I ended up going to so one of our local companies. They run something called Department of Civilian Dance.
Mm-hmm.
It's like more underground vibes. It was at the McCormick Warehouse. So it was like the DOCD Halloween party is what they had. It was really good. So I'm wearing the shirt, but our group we're trying to think of like what's a simple costume we can do, and we chose M&Ms.
How'd you get
So
the
each
print
one of
on
you-
there?
So our friend was able to just we chose the shirts, and she was able to print press it at work.
No.
So it was like all in. It was like $11 per person.
Oh.
It was
Yeah,
like
I mean,
no one
that's
wanted.
cheap.
Yeah, exactly. Like no one wanted to spend much, and like we could just do a simple. Like there was like 6 of us. Like let's just do M&Ms.
Yeah.
So it ended up being good. But yeah, playing was they had 2 rooms actually. So one was like the bass room, like more underground bass. The other one was actually techno.
Oh, yeah.
So the techno room was run by No Neon, which is actually a local guy, Hunter.
Hunter,
Mhm.
he's good.
Yeah.
He's
So
pretty
it was
good.
a
I
team
like
up
him.
with Hunter, and they had Sam Wolf playing, who's like a pretty.
I think he's pretty well known. I think.
He's like he's not like he's well known, but he's not like huge. He's not like huge, but he's very well known. Like, he gets bookings.
Yeah.
And then Ali K and them closed out, but like,
Ali K was there.
Ali K, yeah, she was there.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Did Hunter play as well?
No, he didn't, but he was around
Oh,
because
okay.
it was his No Neon thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. I mainly went for Amanu. So Amanu was the bass DJ. There was 2 headliners technically at the other stage. One of them, I unfortunately had to cancel. 100 Drums. So that's more like dark underground vibes, more bassy, like more experimental bass. And then Imanu does a little bit of drum and bass, and like he just released an album, which is really good. Check out the album, Paradise. He did actually a launch party at ADE the week before, and then he played Toronto.
Where is he from?
He's from he's from Europe. I forget exactly.
Oh, okay.
Exactly where.
Oh, okay.
But set was really good. It's funny. My one friend who joined us just because like he didn't go to any other Halloween ones. We were in the techno room first just to check out like the start of Sam Wolf before Imanu started,
Mhm.
and then when we went to go check out Imanu, he's like, no, I'm gonna stay here. And he literally just stayed there the entire time.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we'll find you after,
Yeah.
because it was just the techno. The techno was good.
Yeah.
The techno was good.
What else happened on that
So
day?
usually the big one for Toronto scene is the Rebel event.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Rebel one I feel like is always big.
Yeah.
It's
It's
everyone wants
what's
to go
spawned our
out.
main topic, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like
Everyone wants to go on a Halloween for
Yeah.
sure because it's a fun time because everyone can dress up and kind of be like not someone else but like be a little bit fun with it.
yeah, with Halloween, like people always go to house parties anyway, so
Yeah.
they already have costumes. So might as well you do it at a rave.
Yeah.
With other people.
Mhm.
Like it's a good time to. It's like, we'll talk about it more later on, but it's a good time to intro people who may just they just want to go for Halloween.
That was Gorgon City at
And Frankie Wah as a support.
yeah. Frankie Well is pretty good too.
Yeah, like it's a good Gorgon City. I saw them earlier this year. They're really good.
If I didn't go to the event that I went to, I would have went to Gorgon City for sure.
Yeah, I had a bunch of friends
like
who went, and they said it was good.
Yeah.
I have a friend that came out of retirement to go to Gorgon City.
Really?
Mm. She said it was pretty good.
Why'd they come out of retirement for that event? Was it just because of Halloween?
Well, it's because of Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's a very good. Any like big type of like celebration where it involves a lot of people going out to celebrate, it's a good time to introduce them to raves, because it is something to do. When bars and clubs start to fill up with people and they don't take people in, and raves are usually the next best thing to do, and you can introduce them to those raves.
When did you first hear of Gorgon City? I first discovered him in during COVID, when I was listening to him, his set on his boat. That set was good. I like that set.
Like I don't like. I think it's been a while, but like tech house is not my favorite thing. So like I've known them. I went. So
he was doing melodic house and techno at that time.
Yeah. Like I did enjoy their Electric Force set, and the reason why I actually went out of my way to go see them, because I'm like, you know what, let me go see Gorgon City, because they've always fallen on a lineup where I'm just like, because I'm not a tech house guy, it's just like, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Did you see him at Belt?
I saw a glimpse, like about 15 to 20 minutes at the Belt.
He was closing, or
he was closing, yes, in one of the tents, yeah. But I think I went to see Illenium instead.
Yeah.
Get your feels?
I didn't get into my feels. I tried to.
You tried to
channel it, but it's not really my thing. But I do enjoy it.
Did you have a Ray Bay to hold? No comments.
I didn't have anyone to hold. And I didn't have anyone to hold, but I tried to get into my feels, because like, here's my thing. I do want to see all the sad boy big artists. Like
it's so popular here. Right?
Yeah,
it's super popular in North.
I have Griffin, Arm and Hammer, Sand Hollow, Set the Sky.
Checking the list, right?
Yeah, Dabin, and I'm missing Illenium. So I had to go see Illenium to like cross pretty much all of them out.
His live show is really good though.
Yeah. And I was told by you that his live show is actually slower than his normal DJ set.
It is slower because like he brings out the live performance. I saw him at when he did Electric Force.
So he, I feel like his regular stuff, like his main stage stuff, is not for me. But his club set when he played at Rebel, at Decadence, it was actually pretty good. Like it wasn't bad. Like it's different. Like I think his festival stuff is way different from his club set.
Yeah. Well, the thing is like it's mishmash, because the live set is slower. It's more about his music, right?
Yeah.
Which a lot of people love.
I think the slower BPM also helps you get into your feels a lot better.
It does. It's a more emotional set.
But the thing is, I feel like to go to his like main sets at the main stage, you gotta know like half the lyrics.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't know any lyrics. So when everyone around me is singing, I just feel stupid, because I just don't know the lyrics and everyone's singing.
True,
I'm like, bro, what?
No, it's true. It's one of those things where you kind of have to know the lyrics.
Yeah, you gotta listen enough so you remember the lyrics, and I probably won't listen enough. So
I definitely do not listen enough. Like here's the thing about me discovering new artists. I don't actually listen to the music before going to their raves. I ask like you guys, like, oh, are they good enough? And if you say yes, and I'm like, okay, let's do it. So it's always like,
there are a few songs I know though, with Excision and Illenium Gold,
because everyone plays it, right?
Yeah,
eventually they'll know it. Like even
he does some stuff with Seven Lines.
You know who plays it? Who also played it? Gareth Emery. Why? I don't know, but he played it.
It's a good song.
Yeah, but Gareth Emery is like more mainstream.
Yeah, but he still played it. It's just hilarious.
Yeah.
I make the joke that this is mainstream chance.
When I saw Gareth Emery at EDC, he played Push Up.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, at the main stage.
Yeah, might as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, might as well. Yeah, anything to hype out the crowd, right? So why not?
It's actually been a while since I've seen Gareth Emery. Maybe like 2 years ago at Escapade.
He's always good. He's good he's a good mainstream guy.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
But I saw him at Belt. He did drop one pretty good trance song. I actually recorded it. I don't even know what the idea is. Probably I'm gonna ask you later.
Well, that's why I remember he played Gold, because I'm like, what the fuck? Why is he playing Gold?
It's a good song.
I think that was it. But yeah, like in terms of the honestly, for Halloween weekend, Rebel events, like
they're pretty solid. They're
pretty solid. Yeah.
So anyone who like, we'll talk about it more.
Last year was James Hype.
I'm not.
Was
a big
it?
James Hype fan,
You're not a big James Hype fan?
I actually like James Hype.
James Hype mixing is really great.
I actually like
mesmerizing.
Okay, I'm gonna touch upon this. You know what's annoying though? If you look at the former Halloween lineups, how good they were. We had 1 year with Seven Lions, Gareth Emery, and like Tritonal on a Halloween lineup. Now we just get a one artist.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
I think that's a trend for Toronto too. Like a lot of these big.
It's because it's getting pricier.
It's profitable.
Yeah.
It's profitable.
Yeah, I know. You can. It's like, so what happened with, we'll talk about Solaris coming up, right?
Solaris
usually
coming up.
What it used to be an actual festival with like three artists. Now it's one artist.
It's just a regular show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's called Solaris.
Yeah. It's just a money grab.
But yeah, that was. I think that was it for Friday. But we have Saturday. Saturday was the Juno one.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Ekern went.
I was there too.
Oh yeah, he was.
I was. It was surprising because I don't really go to Juno stuff.
Yeah, I was just like, what the hell? Oh man, no, it was a big gathering.
Yeah.
It was a big gathering.
Everyone was there.
Yeah.
You know what I was surprised though? It sold out, but
there's so much room.
There was so much room, and
once again, we've talked about this in the last couple of weeks too. History is slowly becoming one of my favorite venues in Toronto. It is also, leading on to our topic, a good venue to bring a first timer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A very good venue to bring a first timer.
Yeah.
It's very friendly because like when you buy water, you can still refill it. There's a water fountain station.
Bathrooms are good.
You
can
good.
Chill
you can
on the
chill,
stage.
Yeah.
Sound is like mediocre for the most part. Like you don't need to be like up front.
Mm-hmm.
I find the sound on the side is really good too, like near the back where you just want to chill, or by the stairs. We usually hang out by the pillar. That's where it was.
And where the railing is on the second.
The railing is good.
Yeah,
too.
the railing is actually pretty.
It's good
nice
for me too because I'm short.
That's hilarious. I totally forgot because there was so many people there. I totally
You
forgot.
forgot I was there. It's odd because
it was like 50 plus people I knew there. It was wild.
Because usually I don't go to NGO.
That's what I mean. That's crazy. I totally forgot that.
It's also so funny because like a lot of people who dress up for Halloween in Anjuna Beach, some of them you don't even recognize that they are them, right?
Yeah. I didn't dress up for the Anjuna night. I just.
I just wore like a basketball jersey just to keep it simple.
My Grace Hood.
my
Zoo Grace Hood.
Yeah, Zoo Grace Hood. Yeah.
But so like that's an event. One of my best friends, his girlfriend came. His girlfriend, we're trying to get her into EDM a little bit more. That's like the perfect venue for her.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially Anjuna is easy to get into. It's not like too crazy where it's like, it's not like too crazy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. For our viewers, our lineup was Bexy, Alex Sonata and the Rio, Gabriel and Dresden, Matt Zoe, and Casablanca. I guess Casablanca got the headlining slot, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think of the sets?
Personally, Casablanca's always good.
They deserve the closing spot. That
I think so too,
with the whole with what we've talked about in the last couple episodes too, with how History's upgraded the production. Oh man, that production was in full swing.
Yeah, there was a lot of lasers too. Yeah. The lasers, I was pleasantly surprised.
Because I actually went to their show at Coda earlier.
We all went.
Yeah.
Did we?
I was there.
Man, it's all a blur.
Yeah,
we went to see we went through a snowstorm.
Yeah. It was a snowstorm too. Yeah.
So you did the same shit I did, right?
Yeah.
You drove from down. Oh my god.
I said I already lived in downtown, but yes.
As I said,
hey, Coda is always the best.
Coda's good, but
I love Coda.
Just be more careful when you decide to drive through a snowstorm. I got stuck on the way back home.
But on your driveway too, right?
No, on my driveway, yeah. So I made it all the way there. It was pretty much, it was a funny thing. It was like me and my friends, like, if you go, I go. I'm like, okay, fine. And then I ended up going.
Because we bought tickets way early.
Yeah.
And it was for like 30 something bucks.
I think it's worth it.
Because I remember I was messaging you. I'm like, oh, are you going to Casablanca? Yeah, I already bought tickets.
Isn't that how that's all it takes. That's all it takes.
Conversations go.
Yeah.
That's usually how most of our conversations go.
I actually personally like Casablanca at History is because you get to see that he is making all the music.
Yeah, and he's singing too. He's doing the auto tune.
Yeah, everything.
Their sound is really unique. Like, it's like a Daft Punk kind of sound.
It's kind of weird. I find it's on Anjuna, but once again, Anjuna always branches out into trying different new things.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I like that their sound, even when they did the Coda one, like that. like it was really good. Their setup and everything, like how close there was.
Yeah.
It was very nice setup.
But here it's a nice setup only if you're up close though. So I managed.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we both managed to go up close, so we get to see everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're like standing far back, you can't really see.
It's not as great.
immersive as you want.
The Dakota one, right?
Yeah, the Dakota one.
The Dakota one was great. Well, once again, we had the snowstorm deal, so I know a lot of people didn't go.
Yeah. But then putting it into history when the stage is like platform
far.
up.
And you can see it. Yeah,
you can
the
actually
thing is, we didn't have to go
see,
up. We can see the setup.
Yeah, you can see the setup from anywhere around the.
And they do the keys too.
Exactly.
At the same time.
Yeah. So it's actually much more immersive and
you think so?
gratifying.
I like the Dakota one better, but we were at the front.
Like I said, right at the front, you see everything. You listen to.
Oh, I said the same thing.
Music,
I found the Dakota one better. Just
I like the
more
Dakota
intimate.
one. It was more intimate.
It was more intimate. It was but it was a good set.
It was actually pretty busy for a snowstorm.
It was okay.
I thought it was kind of busy.
Well, we were both in the front.
We were in the front.
We didn't know how busy.
Right? That was still a Friday show.
I don't remember.
It wasn't a Thursday show.
It wasn't Thursday. I don't think it was.
Yeah,
Thursday.
but
I think it was a Friday. Yeah.
Braved the snowstorm, got home, and I got stuck on my driveway, and I had to dig myself. I was shoveling the snow at like 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, this is very calm and very degen at the same time, because I had to literally dig my car out in order to get on the driveway.
Like 3 a.m.
Literally like no one else is out. Like fresh powder all around. It was very beautiful snow too. It's just my car was stuck.
The Gabriel and Dresden set was pretty good too.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
So actually, before we touch on that, I was actually most hyped for Alex Sonata and the Rio because they just got announced to. They're getting announced to do the worldwide compilation that Anjuna does every year.
Mm-hmm.
So they're the ones who got announced to do it. But like their songs, like their Giuseppe collab, the Tears of the Kingdom, the one ID that they've been promoting for the Anjuna After Dark is theirs. And I found their set was like a good intro into Gabriel and Dresden. I was a lot of people I knew were actually excited for that set.
Interesting.
I
didn't make it.
They're like the up and comers. So like we tried to show up early for that, and I enjoyed their set. But yeah, Gabriel and Dresden.
Gabriel and
Dresden was good.
That was probably one of the best
Fantastic.
sets I've seen them ever. Like
Really,
they've been around
I really
for a
like
while.
their Coda set.
The problem with the Coda set is open to close.
Yeah,
So like
sure.
there's a lot of time. Like the final 2 hours of the Coda set, like fire.
Yeah,
Fire.
it was great.
So good.
So
But I
good.
kind of slept through like the last 30 minutes.
You did.
I
You were
was-
passed out at the bleachers. But that
Absolutely.
last 2 hour set, oh my god! Like I never felt my legs more sore the next day.
When he started playing classic stuff at the end,
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
I was jumping around. I was
what
jumping
mean.
around.
I was like, it was so good.
And then I had to sit down, and I
Then you passed out.
passed out. I opened my eyes,
Yeah,
and the lights were on.
that final little bit, and honestly, the nice thing is that this history set replicated a little bit of that on the final back end.
Yeah, yeah.
It was just like banger after banger, like Only Road, their motorcycle edit.
Yeah, exactly.
They had, different mashups. Oh, it's just so many classics. And then Matt Zoe came
He
on.
kind of played silence, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He
He did play silence. Yeah,
he played
he did.
silence.
Yeah, he did.
But then we had Matt Zoe come on, and that kind of
Matt Zoe, my opinion, was not it for me. I did not enjoy the set.
that was the like. Once again, I like Matt Zoe just because Matt Zoe has a drum and bass
He
side.
has some good stuff.
But I think for the vibe after Gabriel and Dresden,
it
it
was
just
not
did
it.
not work.
It was kind of weird.
It was very all over the place.
Yeah.
He was taking it off road. I would say like Gabriel and Dresden play a lot of classic.
I think he was
trance.
really niche.
Yeah.
If you're looking for something niche, then his set was it.
Yeah, as I said, as a producer, he's fantastic. Like he has some very like his recent album too has some songs that are like, oh, this is very unique. But like I just didn't vibe wise, it didn't fit. Like I use that as a break.
Yeah.
I use that just to like
Yeah.
find other people and talk to them.
I was kind of bored, so I was like walking. I was walking around, and then I got a pizza because I was bored.
You
And
got the pizza at the
the
history.
pizza was so awful. There was no sauce on there. It was literally cheese and bread. I was like, bro,
How much did you pay too?
like $8.50.
And that is at a pricey pizza.
Wait, for a slice?
Per slice.
Oh,
it wasn't
that's a
okay.
pricey one.
$8.50 is
That's like pretzel
pricey,
robbery.
but
That's like my Lost Lands pizza story.
yeah, but no, you really
At least that pizza tasted good.
it's $8.50 is not. It's not horrible, but for that pizza, it was horrible.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, no, for that pizza, I won't get a pizza at History again. I'll tell you that
Yeah,
for sure.
But then Casablanca came on. And as we
Yeah,
just talked
Casablanca
about,
came on, it was great.
Production was great. I was thinking about it, but I was gonna go to Colin at Nomad.
Right after.
Yeah, or like leave Casablanca, but Casablanca was so good. I'm like, nah, it's good.
Who?
Casablanca was
Colin.
pretty good.
Colin's like a melodic techno artist.
Colin.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
He's like more. He's on the rise. He released an EP a couple weeks ago. I honestly, the EP was good. I think I saved every song in my playlist, but I don't remember.
I feel like Nomad has not been really booking like big artists.
Except for Maddox.
Maddox is coming up. Yeah, I'm excited for that. He's a really good producer.
I don't know. I think that booking at Nomad for Maddox is kind of weird. I think, especially it being like sold. It's sold out.
Have you? It's yeah. It's
is it
out.
only the what is that? The ticketing organizers can only book at Nomad.
So
no. That's what I was looking.
So I think it's a partnership with
Kings and Queens.
Kings and Queens.
Who are they? Kings and Queens.
I have no idea.
That's the first time I've heard of.
But they partner with Tribunal. Tribunal is the one who booked them, so they're just using Nomad. I think Kings and Queens does Nomad specifically.
Does Tribunal only own Nomad?
No, they don't own it.
No, I mean, sorry. Like, do they only give shows to Nomad?
No, I think after that Leanne Roberts thing, I don't know what happened. But they don't know, the Tribunal doesn't book a lot at Nomad anymore.
Yeah, I don't. It's
because we remember back then we had Leighton, we had Bart Skills, all those.
It might be cost, to be honest.
Yeah, it could be cost.
Because I think a lot of times too, and this comes to some venues. Some venues they have boots, right?
Yeah.
You got to sell those boots. If the boots don't sell, then are you making?
Dude, it's so hard to. Those boots kind of suck.
I know, but like people still need to spend,
yeah,
right?
That's true.
Like once again, like Maddox sold out. I'm assuming all the boots are gonna be gone. Should be a slammed event. I said
it's gonna be a slammed
We'll find
event.
out. We'll find out in a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Was it 2 weeks? Technically,
it's on
the week after. Yeah.
The 10th or something. Right?
Yeah. So 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Two weeks. Yeah,
that's gonna be a good show.
One.
I'm like, ready for that.
Yeah. So I don't think that was it for events. Any big news this week?
Armin van Buuren sold out.
Yeah. I'm okay. So I want to say I was shocked because I'm like, $100 tickets.
I'm not shocked they sold out, but like
originally I was hesitant because I ended up getting tier 1 was like half off, like $50 for one. But then I'm like, $100, it won't sell it right away. But then again, I just bought Armin LA tickets, which ended up being $100 at tier 1. So
yeah, but
I can see why Armin sold it now.
But Armin at LA is not the same as Armin at Rebel.
True. I don't know. I
didn't buy a ticket. It was kind of about for $80. I think it was too much for me to see Armin. I don't know, but he might play a good set. I don't know what. I haven't seen him in a while actually.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else was announced? So yeah, Armin sold out. I bought tickets to Armin LA. I'll see him 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But Odessa DJ set, we actually got. So Odessa, for those of you who don't know, they're very well known for their live band and marching band. They played Budweiser last year.
Yeah,
and it was a fantastic set.
Did you go?
I did go.
Oh,
it was really good. Like their live the drum lines, their songs are really good. They're catchy. It's a bit more mainstream.
It's just like Rufus
it's good
the Soul.
Intro. Yeah, it's
exactly Rufus the Soul.
Yeah, they're good intro. But they announced a string of DJ sets to end off the year, and Toronto actually became one of the cities who got them. There's only like 2 other cities. It's like the New Year's one. So you know what? Like for Toronto, like for us to get that booking, fantastic.
Yeah.
Until we saw the price.
Yeah, but the price was. Where was it? The venue?
It was 100. It was at History.
It's $150 per ticket, or something like that.
And I saw the one I saw last year. I think I paid like 60.
Yeah, no,
$150.
150.
Yeah,
that was like starting. It's
that was
I don't know if it's sold out. I don't think it's sold out yet. But like I remember I looked at it and I'm like, I don't love Odessa that much.
Yeah.
To pay $150.
Yeah, no.
Would you pay $150 to go see Armin or Odessa?
If Armin's doing an extended set, then I would pay $150. And if there's wind that it's an ASOT trance set, then I would pay $200.
Exactly.
And if somehow Tiesto announces a trans classic, I'm paying $500.
I'm flying.
I'm flying.
I'm going to that 100%.
I'll fly for a 1 day, 2 hour Tiesto set.
So on April Fools, they usually do this thing. They do the poster. So they have a poster, and it's with Armin van Buuren, Tiesto classic trance set. April Fools every year.
Have
They
you ever
post
seen
that.
the Ron Swanson running meme?
No, I haven't.
So like it's like Ron Swanson, like obviously he's just running through a forest. That's me. That's me if it gets announced that Armin, like the classic set is getting announced.
It might happen though if they're retirement when both of them retire. They might,
We're flying.
I don't know, bro.
We're gonna fly.
Can't even imagine that. I'm flying for sure.
Yeah,
wherever it is.
Yeah,
dude.
if you take me back to Tiesto 2003, I'll do it.
Yeah, dude. Okay.
So wait, for me, the most important. So Halloween weekend's here. You know what the best part of Halloween weekend is for me?
What?
RL Grime releasing his Halloween mix. So for those of you who don't know, RL Grime is considered like the trap king, the trap genre.
Mm-hmm.
He's been around for years. Every year he does a Halloween mix, and he gets like special guests. Like he does special guests like where like R.L. Stein is like doing a voiceover. He's got Guy Fieri doing the opening.
No way.
Yeah. Like he just gets like a celebrity to do it. He's gotten Shaq. He's gotten like other people to do it. But for me, that's like Christmas. Like for that, because like when he just released an album this year, go check it out. Play it. Honestly, one of probably my favorite albums of the year.
I only know one song by RL Grime.
Which one?
It's the one with The Weeknd, The Hills.
Oh yeah.
RL Grimes, The Weeknd, Hills.
Yeah,
that's a good one. That's the only song.
Yeah, his albums is like his tunes have been anthems over the years, but his range on his recent album is fantastic. And he's doing a tour now. Toronto didn't get a date. I don't know why, because I've been begging for RL Grime to come to Toronto for a while. Because last time he came at Toy Box and it was slammed.
I think Christine is going to.
Yeah. She's going to the New York one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, I'm a little jealous, but I want to. Yeah, but like when he releases Halloween mixes, it's pretty much like the IDs of the next year.
I'm always jealous of New York City. They get so many good events.
Yeah. The big cities.
Time for us to move there.
They don't have Odessa. For $150 though.
Yeah, it's pricey.
I know, but then the people from New York will come to Toronto for Odessa.
But that's like $100 US. Let's be real. I mean, yeah, roughly.
But it's still very expensive.
Yeah,
$150 per ticket is too much.
Yeah,
but if you think about it, like Afterlife, those tickets were expensive. The Eric Pritz Hollow is expensive.
Yeah, like New York it's still expensive.
Yeah,
especially if you don't buy it right away. That's the problem.
Yeah, if you don't buy it right away, then
how much have you guys spent just to see one artist?
One artist?
That'll probably be show.
Yeah,
that'll probably be Afterlife.
Yeah. No, but Afterlife has multiple artists, right? Line up and
does Printworks count?
I guess so.
But it has multiple artists, just like Afterlife.
No, I know. But like, okay, so if let's say there's a headliner, right? And I mean, there's like supports and closer, right? So for the one headliner, how much have you guys spent the most just to see it? Flight included and whatnot. Sure, I guess.
Okay, so for me, I think it'd be it would have to be one of the Eric Pritz sets. I went to Hollow, New York, and I went to Adam Bear's New York.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to New York, probably with the ticket and all that. It's probably like still $600, $800.
Wow.
Like you're still accommodation's still like whack in New York. Right?
Yeah, it's really
especially if you don't plan it properly. Yeah. You're still spending at least like I want to say maybe around $500.
You spent $500? That's cheap nowadays.
I would say $500. Yeah,
$500 is cheap.
That's what I mean. Like $500 to $800. I want to say. Just
like with everything.
Because the one time I drove, so the one time me and my buddy drove to Hollow, we YOLO'd it, and the second time we flew, but we booked hotels late. But my friend had a discount, so we ended up securing it for decent. So I think like counting tickets and all that, I think it was like $600 maybe. So we did it pretty good for that weekend.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, but it could be like.
It could be a lot more.
Yeah, it could be way worse, and it depends on like once again New York, still not that bad to fly to, but if you try to do like
it's cheap to
Europe or LA for an event.
Yeah, I mean that one will definitely rack up.
I was thinking about just flying to London for 5 hours of acid for Kiki. I was thinking about it, but it was
you know what I mean? Like,
but then it might make your money's worth though. It's 5 hours of acid. Though.
Yeah, but it's hilarious. Like that ticket probably would have cost like what? Let's say 50 euros or 60 euros.
Yeah,
and the rest of it would have cost like 1,500 Canadian to go. Yeah. That's the crazy thing. Like you're doing it all for like a 50. In hindsight, yes, you want to see the artist, but you're doing it all for a $50 ticket.
Yeah. No, it was actually the ticket was actually 90 euros.
Okay,
but it's like a sale.
I
know what you mean.
It's still
relative. It's relative.
My point still stands. Right?
It's still 2 digits.
The ticket means.
Well, we have nothing. Yeah, we have a friend. I have a friend that actually flew just to see one artist and then just came back right away the same day.
Yeah,
I would say
Transclassics.
Yeah, Transclassics. Yeah.
Oh, I remember now. I remember now. Yeah. So I went to New York City. I think it was around the same price, maybe like $500-$600, $800. I went to see Paul Van Dyke Classic set at in New York City.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was with.
When was this?
This was
last year, wasn't it?
This was like 2 years ago.
Oh, during that weird time. During that weird time in the pandemic.
Yeah, pandemic. It was literally not closed just yet, or just opening up. No, not closed just yet.
So you guys, I went to Adam Bear's RSD like the weekend before, I think.
It was a great set.
Wow, Paul Van Dyke Classic.
Paul Van Dyke Classic set.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, it was really good. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Any announcement this week? I think
a big one.
You got a big one,
One of the big threes got announced. Phase 1, Ultra.
Oh yes,
Ultra Miami.
Miami.
Phase 1.
You want to pull it?
I'll pull up
He's gonna pull up the lineup.
I'll pull up the lineup and I'll start saying the first line: Adam Beyer, Adriatic, Afrojack, and Emil Lenz. I'm actually excited for Emil Lenz. Then the second line here is Artbat, Black Tiger, Sex Machine, Calvin Harris, Camel Fat, and David Guetta. Yeah,
so like seeing Calvin Harris on there is actually huge.
Yeah.
So Calvin Harris has been, I don't know, this year's released bangers, but like he's mostly relied on club. He got paid a buttload doing club residencies, so he doesn't do festival tours that much. So to see him on the Ultra lineup is pretty sick. And Black Tiger's debuting a new anime show.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like they do visuals. But they've been leaning more towards anime visuals.
Do you know what residency he's at?
It's one of the ones in Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
I think it's either the one in MGM or the one in... I think it's the MGM one. I forget what it's called.
But yeah, and like anime show and Black Tiger. But they tried to experiment it at the Escapade.
Oh, yeah. They have like 1 or 2 visuals where they do it, but now they're doing a full show. I think they might have already done one show.
I feel like someone has told me like the first 10 minutes is like... just
opener.
It's like just a show.
It's like how we slander. That's how slander was, where we're just standing there like, what the hell's going on? I'm supposed to pay attention to this. Yeah. So what's the next?
The next line is Dubfire, Alerio, and Alicante.
Yeah.
Eric Pritz.
Ooh, the Prids.
Excision and Griffin. Okay. Hartwell.
Prids is interesting because he hasn't done a solo lately. I feel like he's just been doing this year he did Hollow. And then last year he did the back-to-back. Or sorry, even this year he did the back-to-back with Adam Beyer. Sir SD. So,
I've always thought Sir SD and Eric Pritz are the same person.
They are the same person.
They're the same person. Oh, they are?
They're the same person.
It's just a different alias. Oh. It's just like how Deadmau5 has his test pilot.
You're about to make me cry because we had a canceled Sir SD show, which is like super rare.
Wow. Like, that was last year.
I don't think people realize how rare a Sir SD show is. And for Toronto to get a Sir SD, he was going to play History. He was going to play History anyways.
He canceled like twice, and then he just canceled the whole thing.
Yeah, because what happened was the first time was COVID, and the second time was family emergency. So we weren't the only city. It wasn't like he didn't want to come to Toronto. Detroit got affected too.
I was supposed to go to that show. It was directly after last year's Veld.
Canceled the day of. Like I woke up thinking, "Oh my god, it's Sir SD Day. I've been waiting for this." Canceled.
Yeah, I was so excited for that weekend. I was like, "Dude, this is gonna be a sick weekend because it's gonna be." I think it was supposed to be Sir D and then Leighton or something. It was like something like that.
Charles D, I think.
Was it Charles D?
Or Weska, one or the other. I forget. It was one of them.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I think it's Weska.
It might have been Weska.
Yeah. I kind of remember this like clearly is because like it was after Veld when I first went to Veld, and that's how I saw my EDM. My friend said, "Oh, we're probably gonna go to Seresti." I was like, "Oh, who's that?" And he said, "Don't worry, it's good. Just come." Right? I was like, "Okay, show me where to buy the ticket." Right? And
it was like $80
yeah,
too.
it was very expensive.
It was Thursday too. Was it Thursday?
Yeah,
show?
but it's still.
But it's gonna sell out for sure.
Yeah,
Seresti?
I think it's the Weska.
Yeah, so that's a sick line. What's the next line?
So that's Hartwell, Voris Vorn, Kolsch,
Back to back.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Martin Garrix and Master Hand.
Yeah, so Master Hand's an interesting one. Master Hand's a new super group is what they call it in the dubstep world. They debuted it at so Sudden Death. So it's a team up between Sudden Death, Ep.6, and Space Laces.
Oh, I
and
see.
they're considered all very good producers.
Right.
So they created a group that they introduced a couple at their summoning festivals, which is Sudden Death's like recent festival you just started.
Mm-hmm.
And they debuted it there. And apparently it's all a bunch of IDs. So now they're doing it at Miami, which is pretty sick.
That's
And
nice.
then, well, obviously we have Hardwell and Martin Garrix. Martin Garrix at Miami is always, and Hardwell's resurgence too. But Martin Garrix at
Martin Garrix will always be like.
he's
top,
always gonna be a closer.
Everyone.
He's gonna put on a show for Miami.
He's gonna put on a show, yeah. So the next line is Nina Kravitz, Nora M. Pure, Oliver Hendons, and Peggy Go.
Ooh, yeah,
that's
seeing Peggy
pretty
on
nice.
there is kind of nice.
Yeah, Peggy is nice, and then Oliver Hendons is pretty good too.
Heldens.
It'd be interesting to see where Peggy plays, if she plays the mega structure or if she plays main stage.
So I kind of saw her at Kappa, but I was so drained, I couldn't even enjoy the set. I was listening on the side.
Yeah, I mean, shout outs to her. Her song like Nana really popped off this year.
I think there's like over like 270 million.
Those like
views,
millions.
streams,
Those like millions.
It's a good sign.
It is a good song, yeah. Then following up is Rainer Zonneveld, Sasha,
Yeah, boy.
and John Digweed,
Ooh,
Slander, and Sudden Death.
nice.
So I see Sudden Death here, so it's part of like Mastermind,
Yeah, so he's doing
right?
2 sets probably. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
doing 2 sets.
And then there's Tiesto, Fisher, and Chris Lake.
Back to back.
The back to back
Yeah,
under
that's a back-to-back,
construction.
yeah.
You know what? Those sets have always looked good. The ones that have been like posted online.
Did you see Fisher at
Played
Electric
History.
Island?
Was he Electric Island this year?
It was Electric Island.
This year?
Was it this year or last year?
I think it was last year.
I think it was last year.
Chris Lake was here.
Chris,
this year.
Chris Lake was this
Oh,
year.
okay.
Yeah.
But Fisher played earlier at History this year. But that back to back's always been good.
Mm. And then there's Vintage Culture and Zed's Dead.
Mm.
Those are the
That's her
phase
phase
one.
one.
That's
phase one, yeah.
So pretty solid phase one. That's what Ultra usually delivers.
How many phases are there for each Ultra?
So usually it's 3.
3.
Mm.
3. The phase 2 is the biggest. Phase 3 is kind of like last minute additions, and usually the schedule comes up to when phase 3 comes.
Well, I mean, phase 2 is. I mean, phase 1, this lineup, like I would already go.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
We're talking about Ultra because like in our heads, and I think in the EDM community, I think we can all agree like the big 3 in the world. Well, big 4. I do consider Creamfield's part of it. Is Tomorrowland, Ultra Miami, and EDC.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like festival season. A lot of people can say festival season starts off with Miami
Right.
because I find a lot of people debut their new music at Ultra Miami. Because
Interesting.
I think for video wise, Tomorrowland's really good, but Ultra has like that main stage is just iconic. Everyone knows the main stage at Ultra
Not me.
because you see it and it's at but you've seen the videos over the years, right?
Mhm.
Especially when it's at Bayfront, like you just see the Miami skyline in the background, which is iconic, right?
Nah,
like a lot
I
of the
see.
other ones are like even Tomorrowland ones, you just the Tomorrowland field, but like seeing the Miami like residents in the background and all that stuff is kind of cool. Where you're and the main stage is always set up is really nice. So
One of those.
How many
days,
stages are there?
there's they keep changing.
They say stages have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, so to go run through it because I've been to Ultra 3 times now.
So there's Ultra Main Stage, the Resistance, the Live Stage, the Worldwide Stage.
Yeah, so good they have it listed there.
UMF Radio, and then there's 2 here.
That's a label showcase. They also have something called the
State of Trance logo.
Yeah, State of Trance logo. So State of Trance is always there, and that's Nora's purified label.
Nora and
Nora
Pures.
is slow. Her music is really slow.
It is slow, but
It's yeah.
Because this year they had Spectrum, Joris Foreign's label,
Oh.
doing the one stage. Yeah, and then they have an Oasis stage, which is like more locals. But yeah, Ultra's always solid lineup. once again, very costly.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's the start of the first festival.
This is how they lure you with the lineup drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it on that.
Yeah. Do you guys know about any Halloween specific festivals?
So Halloween, I still think it's more like a North American thing for the most part. Mm-hmm. I know there's ones in the States that are pretty good. The ones that I always Escape is always the big one in LA near San Bernardino. It's where they've hosted all these other raves. Like Dream State was there last year, but now it's moved. But they do a good job switching it. I think Texas has Freaky Deaky is one of them, and what is it? There's a one in Seattle called Boo. Those are the three big ones that, off the top of my head, I like.
There's only one that it's not. Well, so there's festival. It's called Terminal 5, Terminal V, and they did this.
Europe?
It's in Europe. Yeah, it's in Europe. So they had a Halloween themed festival. I think it was 2 or 3 days, and the lineup looked pretty good. I saw a couple of photos of the stage, or like the venue was actually really sick. Like they had this huge screen, and in the middle of the screen there was like a square cutout, and then in that cutout there's a huge beam that sticks straight out into the crowd, like into the venue, and that whole beam is covered in LEDs. So it looks like there's like a.
It's just a one stage thing, or is it like a?
I am not sure. I'm not sure.
Because like the other festivals, like other festivals, right? Like
I think it's just one stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not bad because I didn't know Europe actually did.
Yeah.
I feel Halloween's more of a North American like dress up type of thing.
Do you know Ben Hemsley?
I've heard the name. I don't know.
It was that was one of the headliners.
Okay. Yeah, usually for the like the NA ones are pretty good. Like the ones Escape's probably the biggest one, but I've heard good things about Boo and Freaky Deaky in Texas.
Well, the Terminal 5 usually plays techno, or
yeah.
But what about the other the ones that you say Freaky D, Boo?
It could be a mix of everything because like Escape is Insomniac, so they might have like techno there at one of the stages. But then they'll have like
because general.
They'll have like like you'll get more. I find there's maybe a bit more dub,
right?
More dub in house for those Halloween ones. But once again,
because those attract more people than like techno and trance.
So from what I've heard is that Escape, the big one, San Bernardino, so that NOS venue, it's always had like mixed reviews. Like they oversold tickets last year apparently too, but like for Dream State it's empty. But now they move venues for Dream State. But like apparently for Escape it's like slammed. And this is the whole thing about like people bringing new people to like Escape's usually a lot of people's first festival. I've heard because it's Halloween. You're already dressing up. Might as well go to a rave, right? It's a perfect environment. People dress up for raves anyways.
People want to party.
Yeah, people dress up for raves. So,
so let's move on to our main topic: how to introduce your friends to EDM.
Just throw them right in.
Yeah. What are some good entry level genres? Would you say?
Hard techno? No.
I mean,
might as well. As I said, all roads lead to techno. That's the saying. All roads lead to techno. Might as well just start there. Just like you're gonna end up here anyways. Just come with me to this show.
Yeah. It's
okay. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
That'll turn them off.
Yeah.
It's a hard listen, but
yeah. Honestly, I mean, radio is always a good start.
Big room.
So like locally Z10, but Z1035, although it's mainstream EDM, like the EDM is still like there's still some popular artists that you can get into. So if you see one of those artists come by, then definitely check them out if you like one of their songs. Like once again, there's songs that have blown up that have gone on radio that are still pretty good. Even we like them, right?
Yeah.
Like I know Peggy Goo's song too. Like they got a lot of plays on mainstream radio, but it's a good song. Miracle by Calvin Harris this year.
But the thing is that like listening to all these radios, they don't do it justice.
They don't. No, they don't.
Your car speakers, your headphones and whatnot, they do not do it justice. Here's what I think for like introducing people to beginner raves. I think I would start off with house because it's much more
I agree.
lighter in tempo, and any artist that has like lyrical in their music.
And there's lyrics. The drop is good.
The beat's
good. Something they can follow. Rhythm.
It's not like too fast. It's not too slow.
Yeah, it's just like you can jive to it and then step away and still listen to it.
Yeah,
I think no, and I agree. I think house is probably the best.
I mean, because like the first time I got introduced into the EDM, like I said, I just started EDM like last year. I went to Vel, and the first artist that got me hooked on is actually Porter Robinson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And honestly, his stuff is very. So you guys said very weeby.
House?
No,
he's not really house.
But he's very
really
weeby,
house.
but like it's very like emotional set.
Yeah,
Sentimental.
but there's a lot of lyrics
house.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Okay, but we say house. You ever notice how we say house, but then a lot of festivals don't have house on the main stage?
House is like for me. House is like Fisher.
Gorgon City.
Gorgon City is less.
It's tech
less,
house. It's a tech house, so it's a subgenre.
Yeah.
Tech house.
Maybe
not bad.
James Hype.
Fisher's considered tech house too. I think in this, just for the sake of this argument, like just discussion, we could just say tech house and house would be something.
I would say all genres of house, like
Okay.
like tech house.
Gorgon City is really good to get your friends into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where this Halloween
Like
event
John
was perfect,
Summit,
right?
yeah.
It's a really good one.
Yeah, like they would have kept the beat growing. People would have been like, you're already out for Halloween. Have
Yeah, it's slow, but it's also fast. It can be fast.
And it's also like I would say that the crowd, the people that you go raving with, is also very important. Like if let's say you want to do solo, it's going to be a lot more difficult to get into the music. But if you have friends along with you who vibe with the same way as you vibe, you kind of learn from them.
Yeah.
That how you enjoy music.
I think you're the only person that hasn't done a solo rave.
Yes.
Have you never done a solo rave?
I've never done a solo rave.
Oh,
But
wow.
here's the thing though. I've bought tickets to go to a rave alone, but every time I go to that rave, I know people.
So I'm at that
there.
stage now
Yeah,
too.
me too.
But
Yeah.
when I moved to, so I've been living here for like 5 years now. I used to rave like way back. I've been raving for a while, but like it used to be a lot harder for me. I used to always have to go with like a friend or two
Right.
because I'd become from Kitchener, right? But when I moved here, I'm like, it's like 20-30 minutes away for me to drive. I actually went to events solo.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I've never done
I
that.
did.
And it's
So it doesn't really count for me because when I went there solo,
It's
I
hard
already
for
knew-
you.
Yeah.
I think it's so hard for you now
Yeah.
because once you go there, you know it. Like
Yeah.
you, at least you
And
know
that's not a
something.
bad thing. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
it's
It's not,
not
a
a bad thing, yeah.
But I think for the people listening, once again, like
If you want to rave solo, it's a very good option.
it's a very good option, very good experience. I know this. It's scary.
It's daunting. It's
It
really daunting.
is scary because you're like, oh, I'm gonna go. But in the end, if you just remember your focus for the music and you're vibing,
Yeah.
honestly, like
You'll meet people.
Raves are the
Yeah.
best, and like I've met people through raves just vibing, right?
Yeah.
Like once again, we're going back to the whole consent thing. It's not about hitting on someone or something. Just be yourself and vibe.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and
I might try solo rave.
Actually, I think what you should do if you want to try a solo rave is you pick obscene genre that no one really listens to. Not like no one really listens to, but not
And then
like,
just
go.
just go. Like
go hardstyle.
yeah.
Actually, no, I'll probably see you there.
Maybe trap. Who knows?
No, I'll see you
But
there.
yeah,
too.
you see that.
Okay,
Oh
so
my god,
that's one
you're in
problem.
everywhere.
or you go out go to someone for it.
Yeah,
But-
maybe I'll travel to.
Maybe do psytrance because I won't go to one psytrance event.
Yeah,
If you tell me you go, I won't go. If you want to go, then I won't go. Okay, we'll do that.
So I will just not say that I'm going, and then I'll show up, and then you'll be there, right?
Yeah, probably. That's
That's the problem,
I
yeah.
can tell you.
Yeah. I think
it's
who
a
knows?
good experience. It's a good
Yeah.
experience.
Good experience.
Maybe when I visit my family members in the States or like somewhere else,
Try
I'll
solo.
just try doing it solo.
Oh yeah,
because, like,
I have a good story about that. So even though I know people, when I went to LA last year for Dream State, there was a drum and bass event at one of these famous. So like we have Destiny here, which is like world renowned for like booking drum and bass acts for 20 years. They have something in LA called Respect DnB.
Right.
The people behind it,
Right.
and they've been running the same Thursday night drum and bass for like 20 plus years.
wow.
And when I happened to be there, they happen to have Matrix and Future Brown and the Prototypes, which are very popular.
Dude, I really like them.
And
Yeah,
like
I
they're
really like
very
them.
popular. I'm like, oh my god. So I ended up going solo, just because like my other friends weren't into drum and bass. I'm like, I'm just gonna go solo, and I just want to check out because I'm
Because
there.
you want to see them. You want to see them, and if no one wants to see them, then you can't really expect people to be into what you're into.
Yeah.
But Yeah. Just because people say no to you, and you really want to go, do it.
So one of the things that helped me out, because once again I was going solo. I've been solo before, so it's not an issue. I wore my Toronto drum and bass shirt.
Oh.
And in line, one of the guys noticed it, and then we just started talking. And I told him I'm from Toronto. That entire night, I was just hung out with this group.
Yeah,
interesting.
Right? And
yeah.
he knew I was from Toronto, so like he even bought me a drink. I bought him a drink. It's just like, and I just vibe with him the
people
entire
are really
night.
friendly.
Yeah.
Actually, my first drum and bass show, I went to solo, and I met this group. You eventually met them.
Yeah.
Low.
Yeah.
And I had an amazing time. Yeah, they made the night for sure.
So yeah, you never know. You might meet a very good friend long term, right?
Yeah,
that's true.
But yeah, like house is really good.
It is on my list to go solo.
So one other thing, just a little bit more niche. I would say dubstep is good if you come from a metal background, a punk background. Like if you listen to a lot of rock, and like a lot of my friends who like dubstep, they actually love heavy metal, right?
Yeah, and because it's a lot of headbanging too. Yeah, mosh pits and everything. Yeah.
So even for those of you guys who are heavy metalist people, like one of those dubstep shows, it can be mainstream too. Like Excision's pretty mainstream for what it is. Subtronics is getting there. Like there's still good entry for getting into that genre.
Mm-hmm. And also like starting off artists, like if you know anyone that is wanting to go into it, like mainstream artists is probably the way to go.
Yeah.
Just to start. To
Mark
get
Garrix.
Loud Luxury. I would sell Loud Luxury. So Loud Luxury. They announced a show for
Halloween.
For Christmas. Honestly,
because
there are locals.
Toronto.
There are locals, but like I personally wouldn't go to it. They're not my style. But
yeah, me too.
Honestly, if you're just getting into EDM, Loud Luxury, fantastic.
Yeah.
They'll do a great show.
Good entry level.
Yeah, very.
And
good
you have
show.
a lot of like good mix of people.
Yeah, everyone knows them. Like you can have a good group of people that go. That's a good choice. Cascade is another good.
Oh, very good.
Very
legend.
Very good.
Do you want to go by genre? Do you want to see different genres? Which ones do you want? Anyone?
Yeah, maybe
have ideas
sure.
on that?
Like well, let's try it out. So house would be.
I think we said Fisher, Chris Lake,
John Summit.
John Summit. Yeah.
Summit.
A little more mainstream EDM. I guess like we just said Loud Luxury, Martin Garrix, Alesso.
Yeah,
Alok. Alok. Yeah, his
and
show.
Gareth Emery.
For what, trance?
He's
he's still mainstream. Yeah. So like Armin, obviously for trance, Above and Beyond,
yes.
Cosmic Gate, Gareth.
What
about techno?
Techno's
getting a little bit. I guess I would say like an Adam Bayer.
Like the drum code guys.
Charlotte DeWitt this year.
Charlotte DeWitt,
how much
yes.
she blew up this year.
She's a
Emil
bit more
Lenz.
darker. She's a bit more darker.
but like I guess she
still
bridged the mainstream. Like she played ultra mainstream.
She bridges
mainstream,
sure.
so it's good.
Like she's the gateway to hard techno, I think.
Well, she's the gateway for other technos. I would say hard techno is another animal.
Yeah. She's one.
Any of the Afterlife lineup too. It's
not bad. Like Tale of Us and them.
Tale of Us.
Because it's like a hybrid of like techno, trance, right? So their visuals also are appealing. So you could just go for the visuals and not even.
You could do that too. Yeah.
What about Deep House? You know Deep House?
Honestly, I would say Nora.
Nora's deep.
But Nora's pretty much the biggest.
Yeah.
One of the biggest on that one. Ben Bomber. Some of the guys. Some of the guys who did the Circle sets are
they're good
like Ben Bomber and them.
Does Oliver Heldens? He doesn't do deep anymore.
He's more. He has high-low alias, so he does techno too. But he's more. I would consider him more like the Loud Luxury guys.
He's good. He's a good entry level. But not for Deep House, but
no,
he's a good entry level one too.
Yeah, trap artist. I know trap. RL Grime, if he's ever around, to see him.
What about BnB?
Oh yeah, drum
Delta
bass
Heavy for sure.
Well, I would agree with Delta Heavy, but I would say a Sub Focus, a Wilkinson,
Sub Focus,
an NDC. See the legend NDC.
I'm not familiar with NDC.
Oh, you're not. Oh my god. Okay, you haven't experienced DnB then. You gotta see NDC.
I feel like DnB for me is hit or miss.
It can be. I have friends like that in the scene who are like that too.
Yeah.
Where they like. I had a friend who went to Delta Heavy. No, it was not.
I went to Delta Heavy. So good. I had a good time.
A different opinion.
Yeah.
And then they've been to other events and they're
Sub
like,
Focus is good.
Yeah, Sub Focus is a legend. Dubstep wise, I think we touched on Excision.
I'll try to dip my get my feet wet in DnB with headaches.
Headaches coming up.
Yeah,
excited.
And if I like it, I'll go to Wilkinson.
That's also really good. Wilkinson's a good entry. I know friends. My one friend's bringing his girlfriend for the first.
Is it more poppy?
Yes.
Okay.
Poppy DnB is very popular, but that's like any genre, right? Like mainstream. Even for dubstep, like poppy dubstep is slander. The more feels are more popular.
So did we cover all the genres?
No,
we
not
cover
yet.
which one?
Well, what about dubstep and bass?
Well, I just said excision and slander. And
what about would you say like the sad boy music?
I consider that dubstep.
You consider that dubstep?
Yeah,
I consider it too.
So Illenium, Slander, Subtronics. Well, not like Subtronics, more dubstep and excision. Like those are kind of good gateways. As I said, you can keep going down the rabbit hole, but I think we touched upon
most of them.
What about venues?
We say trance is like Armin and Gareth Emery, right?
Yeah, Cosmic, like Andrew Rayel, if you want to go there, Marcus Schultz.
What did you first listen to when you got into EDM?
So I've been listening to EDM since the early 2000s. So actually back then, you know what was popular? Trance.
Yeah.
Like the old Tiesto, the old Gareth. So
for
me, although my first album, for those of you who don't know, so the first EDM album I ever listened to was actually Crystal Method, 1997.
I don't know that one.
It was the year it released. I forget the album name, but the one movie, Lost in Space, they used the song Busy Child, and that was their song. So check it out, Crystal Method, Busy Child. It was like 1997. That's what, and Chemical Brothers. For me, way back in the day. But then, like getting into more EDM, it was trance for me.
That was back.
So like it was back in the
which artist?
Oh, which artist? For me personally, like what was it was Above and Beyond.
Above and Beyond, yeah. That's that's a good one too. That's a good
I did listen to like Tiesto and all of them, like some of those old artists. Honestly, some of them I even got from like the video games, like Midnight Club 2, DJ Dark Zone. It's like just like some DJ ones that but like for me it was trance and Above and Beyond. I used to follow their radio shows before. Now it's Group Therapy. But I used to follow the old one, Trance Around the World with Above. It's like Trance Around the World with Above. Literally, you have the female voice doing it.
Yeah,
it's so good. And then I did get into drum and bass near the same time too, because drum and bass was good for studying for me. Like I just enjoyed the liquid aspect, so I got into drum. Those are my two favorite genres. But then it also transpired into like underground dubstep because it was like up and coming, like the UK garage stuff. But yeah. Trance for me was my first, and it was Above and Beyond. What about you?
I listened to a whole bunch of different things. For me, it was Big Room at the start.
Oh, you got in the Big Room phase?
I was Big Room and trance.
When was this?
This was 2015.
Oh, so like in the Big Room, like Hardwell area.
Yeah. Hardwell. We got Bassjackers, Afrojack. I like Vice Zone too.
Honestly, fantastic time at EDM. That 2013 and 2015 time.
Yeah, like, Cascade.
Even though I don't listen to Big Room much right now, man, like we talk about Ultra. Those Ultra Big Room sets were like wild. Like Blaster Jacks, W&W.
Yeah, Borges.
Yes.
Yeah,
so good.
And back then I was actually into the lyrics. And I would actually know the lyrics for stuff, but nowadays not so much.
How about you?
It's funny because you guys say all this, like you have the EDM and whatnot. For me, I never really touched any EDM. Like even though when there's radio show of like, I did a remix of let's say a Linkin Park song Numb, right? To EDM.
That's a trend right now. Yeah. Remix those old ones.
Remix those old ones. Like even though if I encounter something like I would skip it because I'll be like, the original one is always so much better. Right? Then I started listening to a lot of classical music and whatnot until things happened. And last year, that's when I got into EDM. Then I started listening to a bunch of like, songs, individuals, and not albums. Yeah. So I'm like kind of like the modern type, but also not really the.
Your life revolves around EDM now. Huh?
Yeah, my life. No, I think it's I think right now it's
it doesn't revolve, but it's a very important.
It's a huge part.
Yeah, it's a huge part. Like we once again we're talking about it right now because we love talking about it. We go to shows together because we love going to shows. In the end, like it's just something that's very important to us, which I think a lot of people can relate to.
I think it's also a good thing. Like right now, EDM, you don't have lyrics on. Well, most of the songs I listen to now doesn't really have lyrics. It's very good for studying and very good to do like mundane tasks around the house too. So I think it's just my preference. In terms of
you're just navigating your way. Eventually, as what we say, all roads lead to techno. So you're just eventually it's just like when do you land there is the question.
I think I'm probably one turn away to be there. Yeah.
But you kind of had assistance guiding. Like it took me a while because I didn't have guidance.
Yeah. You know what really did it for me?
If you think about it, it took me like almost like 8 years maybe
to get into techno.
Yeah, I actually did not like techno. Like even in 2013, that big room period, I did not get it until I went to. I'm pretty sure it was an Adam Beyer set, and I went there, and I'm like, I get it.
At first, it's really repetitive. It feels repetitive.
Yeah.
Because you can't listen to a song on its own, I find. But then, once I saw it live, and I saw it mix, it was like, oh, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it's
a different feeling listening to techno live than it is at individual songs. But once you got into the feel of techno, and then when you listen to normal Spotify songs or individuals, then you're like, okay, now I feel it. Yeah. Now I know what to feel.
It's a feeling.
Yeah. I know what to feel as a techno hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but then you do need to actually go into a live set.
Yeah.
You need the venue is important. The group of people that you're with is also important. And then once you get into when all those stars align, boom, you're there.
Yeah.
So wait, tying it back into. So what was the artist that got you into? Was the first because you said you started Veld last year. So what was technically your first artist
to get into techno?
That started in general, like for EDM for you.
I told you it's Porter Robinson.
It was Porter.
Yeah.
It was Porter. Oh, yeah, okay.
It was Porter Robinson.
Wow.
But it's funny because like after listening to Porter Robinson once, I never really got back to Porter Robinson.
Yeah.
It was because like after the first Veld event, like these guys started inviting me to.
I said you just got an accelerated.
Yeah, path. I just got an accelerated program. I was like, you come to this one. This guy's good. All right, show me where. Bye. Go.
I think what really nailed in the coffin for techno, this guy was Hector Oaks.
I think Hector Oaks like sealed the deal. But it took me a while to get to Hector Oaks. So I went to what's that? Was Lily Palmer before Hector Oaks?
It was before, I believe.
It was before.
Yeah, so Lily Palmer, Jay Lumen, Joy Hauser. I went to one more in Nomad that is also techno.
Yeah, you weren't really into techno.
This year was like the transcendence for you into techno.
Yeah. I got into techno this year. Like after the summer, it was just
it was techno.
Yeah, I went to EDC. I got into the I Hate Model set and the 9x9 one. Oh.
So what about venues locally? I know. I think that's
Coda's
one
the
last
best,
thing.
Man. Mm-hmm. Coda, I love Coda.
Oh yeah. But tying back into our topic, right? Mm-hmm. Introducing someone.
Oh yeah.
I would still bring someone to Coda.
Yeah, I would still bring the Coda too.
But I would be very selective. Like if it's a sold out show, I wouldn't bring them to Coda.
Yeah.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't think so.
I would do that. I would not.
Don't forget, you're thinking about someone brand new into EDM, right? So like, I wouldn't want to bring them into a sold out Coda show.
I would say the same thing too. I would agree with you actually.
But some of the sold out shows are so good. That's why
it's just a little bit risky in my if I had a choice, and we've already touched on it would be History number one. I think now History has been the number one venue. Yeah, for me to bring someone in, because the thing is you don't want to overwhelm them. So having that nice open area, even for a sold out show, is very good. I would say Rebel. But Rebel is still a mess to get to.
Yeah, I think the hassle of Rebel is just
the Halloween
too much.
one, perfect. Like as we talk about Loud Luxury, perfect. But like just the hassle of getting to Rebel right now is.
I think it's also like
History. I think
it's a adding point, right? If you bring someone new to EDM scene and you go to Rebel, and just the hassle of like, okay, we need to Uber this, we need to park here, and then getting out is just so much more thing.
And the parking lot situation is even worse right now.
It's even worse, right? So and then. Next time, you implant it in their mind that, okay, if I were to go Rebel to rave, I have to go through all these things again to enjoy the rave. Like,
first, a lot.
Yeah.
It doesn't faze me. I know it doesn't faze you guys, but I never realized, because we drive, especially me and you, Benny, we drive to go to events. I never realized how much of a turn off is for people when I gotta go deal with Rebel. I'm not even gonna go.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even care if Alessa's playing. I'm not gonna go
because I have asked.
It's like
a
big deal, man. Like like so going to Rebel on Halloween. Like Gorgon City is a good entry level, but driving there on Halloween and like dealing with like all of the people and like leaving, it's just so much work.
So much work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like I would honestly, that warehouse one I went to was a fantastic one to do a Halloween one, in my opinion. But once again, it's the music type, right? So it doesn't tie into our topic, right?
At first, I think it was actually for me it's Nomad.
Oh really? Yeah. Well, once again,
Nomad's
same thing about Nomad. If it's sold out, I wouldn't bring anyone. But if it's not, it's a good vibe.
The only reason why I say Nomad is because I never really went to a Nomad show that is sold out. Even though there's good artists at Nomad.
Yeah.
Right? So, and one of the reasons why I like Nomad, especially when they install the new laser lighting right now, right? If it's not really a sold out show, when you go up to the front, it's actually a lot more spacious than in the middle and the back.
Yeah, because it opens up on the side, so you can chill on the side.
Exactly.
It gets a really. The thing is, the sound is not even throughout the place.
Yeah, it's not.
So I think a lot of people don't stand in the front because it's so loud.
It is very loud.
And then in the back, it's
too soft.
It's too soft. Like you can't really hear anything. And then when you're in the middle, that's a sweet spot, and everyone's crowded there.
Yeah.
And the boots too, and everyone's walking.
It's good. I'd say if you go to Nomad, get earplugs and then go to the front.
Yeah, I think so too, because the reason why I like Nomad is that there's just a lot of parking there, and it's like off the highway that is not going into the city. So you actually can go to Nomad a lot easier than going to Coda and whatnot. So it's like the process of just going to a rave there is a lot more pleasant than going to, because when you go to Nomad, there's the initial resting area before you go into the rave. So if let's say you're too tired from the rave, you can actually come out and sit at the resting area. You have like a photo op opportunity props there, like the phone booth, the phone booth, and there's a bar and then the washroom there too. So it's like a lot more pleasant. If you want to talk to someone that you just met there.
That's true. I never actually really chilled in that area that much.
But I mean, because like we are all we want to go listen to the music. Once we're in there, we're not coming out.
It could be a chill area. Like even, I guess we'll find out for Maddox, right? Because like Max, I'm assuming is gonna be slam, but I guess how that chill area is.
Actually, one good show that is pretty consistent is, I'd say, do the domestic shows at Coda.
That's a good one. That's a very good.
It's cheap too. It's cheap bass. It won't be packed. I think
the locals will throw down too.
Yeah, locals will
like,
be,
the same time when we talk about Atrox, right? When I went there, it was actually
great experience, right?
Great experience. It's not many people, and it was actually cold.
Yeah.
Right, because there's not everyone's not packed shoulder to shoulder, and everyone's not dancing. And
you know what I realized? You mentioned that. I forget what show it was. But Coda, I never have taken into account how sound is affected when there's bodies. You ever notice that? Like the less bodies there are, it actually sounds better. It makes sense too, right?
It makes sense,
less people. But like the Coda sound system is fantastic as it is.
Fantastic.
But like I remember the one show, I think it was Brennan Gray in July.
Did you go?
I did go.
Oh.
I did go.
I didn't go.
And it was
I didn't go either.
The sound was incredible that night. And I realized, I'm like, it's because there's not that many people here. Like I'm literally standing.
Because was pretty good too.
Because I'm literally standing in the middle. I'm like, man, this is the best I've ever heard Coda sounds. But I'm like, there's really, because like there's not like 10 bodies around me. Yeah, there's not.
Well, we did touch on some of the events that we went to in Coda. When we stand behind the DJ, we don't really listen to much of it.
Yeah.
And if you stand on the side, you kind of have like one side of your ear more sound than the other side of the ear. So, but then like, I think the best spot of Coda is actually where underneath the disco light,
the disco ball.
That's where
I was. That's where I'm like, the sound is really good here.
So I think underneath the disco ball is definitely the sweet spot that you want to stand if you're in Coda.
For the sound.
For the sound, yeah.
But I really like if you're facing the stage, to the right of
like where the speaker's back, like by the stairs.
By the stairs, yeah. Where the ramp is, you go up
where you can see the DJ, right? Yeah. It's not a bad spot, but I think sound wise, I agree with you, Kieran, where it's like that disco ball. It's all about the disco ball. Find me another disco ball.
Yeah, disco ball is actually a very nice spot sound. The very underrated spot is actually behind the right side booth. There's like a bunch of seats there.
Oh yeah, before any headliner, Because once again, sometimes I just sit there.
Yeah.
Wait.
It's a good chill spot.
It's a good chill spot. But then if you have the headliner on and you're pretty much tired, but you still want to like dance, I think that's a very good spot because you have the railing to support yourself, and you can also chill and sit down if it's too much for you. But the sound system is still good because like it travels well. It's still in the middle part of Coda.
Yeah, so I would still like I do agree like Coda is a decent venue to bring a first timer. It just you have to be very picky on the event. I would think.
Yeah,
and especially if you want to take them into the crowd or not, I would not advise that. So
if let's say new people who want to go to like Eli Brown, I mean, we can kind of foresee it that it's going to be wall.
It's going to be slammed.
Yeah, it's going to be slammed. There's sardines in there. Even the back bar of Coda is going to be packed too. But yeah, I mean, wear your most comfortable shoe and hope that you don't get stepped on and got your belongings better. Yeah.
Bring your earplugs too.
Don't forget earplugs.
Earplugs.
We touched on the first episode.
Yeah.
Rewind it.
Yeah. Okay, I think that is about everything for this episode. I think that was good. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. What is our next topic? Do you remember? I'm gonna pull that up, but I don't remember. But the next one,
I might have a good one.
Yeah. But the next one, we'll put it in the description. If you want to check it out, we'll put in the description what the next episode will be. I'll also put it in the title so you guys will know.
Winter raves.
Oh, winter raves.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'll be a good topic.
Winter raves, how to prepare for that, how we navigate. And yeah, thanks for watching.
Thanks, everyone.
We'll leave everything in the description or we'll figure something out. And yeah, thanks. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.